The other day my wife is like, we've got to pick up some bases for my succulent pots. And I'm like, what are you talking about, woman? I'm like, let me make you some. So I went over and I jumped on a Libre and drew up some simple outlines of pots or bases that I wanted to make to 3D print. And you can see they're really easy to make. And actually, once you've got the drawing down, it takes a couple seconds just to modify them to different sizes and stuff like that. So I've been loving this Libre. It makes everything easy, and as I build up some files, it's easy to just grab one and modify it to make something else. And you can see there, I just swapped that, made that a little bit bigger one. Takes a couple seconds when you're not trying to video it, but so if you're going to get a 3D printer, basically you need something to start with to make the files, or you have to buy them all or just grab them off online. But I've been making all my own, and here's another little round pot that fit one of her other succulents. You see a little tapered planter, and so easy to draw them up, modify them once you've got something started. And then at this point you have to export them to a file that is 3D printable. I'm using the STL format. And you just do it. Oh, I already had that one exported. And then I found out here at the export, I get my best results when I set that number there to 4. It makes the file a little bit better, but I'm getting a little less of that rippling around the edge. Then you just go and open up I open them up in the slicer by Creality that's made for the K1 printer. And that's been working excellent. So easy to use once you get your material settings right. And the printer's downstairs, but I'm up here. I can just control it. And there's another job running on it, but I could have sent that file right to it. And you can see this printer's been running pretty much every day since I got it, all day long. So, but I can control it from upstairs, stay nice and warm, and control everything, the temperatures and stuff. So it really has been a great addition. I've been having so much fun with this thing. Finally have a good 3D printer. And there it is. Let's go down and look at it now. And you can see I've got some little things running here of other files that were being printed as they were printed. You can see I printed out a whole bunch of pots over a couple of days. And they all came out really good, I think. And then I went over to the Xtool S1 laser, and I'm going to cut some felt bases for it. I bought some really cheap adhesive fabric sheets I'm going to try. Haven't cut this before, but I decided to do it on the S1 laser because this one has the honeycomb in it. And you can't cut this stuff on the slots that come into P2, so that's why I'm using this one. And simple thing, draw up the sizes you want in the Xtool Creative Space. And then just hit the button and watch it cut. Does a wonderful job, I found out. Perfect cuts, and just amazing how I have zero smell anymore inside since I upgraded that exhaust on this. I'll show you in a second, but really does work good and no more smell. So everything is good now. You can see it cuts it nice and clean, nice fine outline. There's a little bit of smell on it, on the felt itself, for a couple minutes after you remove it. But otherwise, it's really a great way to cut felt sheets. And this is self-adhesive with a backing. So I can peel this and just stick this on the bottom of the little cup so they don't, scratch anything or they don't slip easy. I'm going to use this for some jewelry boxes and stuff like that too. So figured to, just get the settings down now and try it. And as you can see, it came out beautiful. And this laser does do a great job. So easy to use. So I'm just going to send the other file. I've got another page of them because the sheet size, I can only cut so much. And I had to knock that distance sensor off. So you just hit the reset. And the laser actually goes back and just does a reset of it. Goes back to the position it was. And then you hit the button and it starts up. So pretty much really easy to use, and the software tells you if there's a problem or an error. So, and there's that fan set up with the 4-inch hose all the way going out, and that works wonderfully. I would definitely recommend that you upgrade your exhaust hoses on this thing. absolutely zero smell anymore, even when cutting something nasty like this. So a couple seconds later, second sheet's cut out there. And that little handle that I printed, I'm surprised that's still on there and hasn't fallen off, and it hasn't affected it yet. So I'll probably upload that to Thingiverse pretty soon. Looks like it'll work. It's not a perfect solution, but it's working. So there's the second batch of them. And those are the settings I used. I used 7 and 21 for this felt, and it worked good. Now, I did take all these little cups and I filled them with water for overnight just to make sure none of them leak, because I've heard that PLA leaks when you 3D print it, but nope, they're all watertight and seem to be good. I don't know how long they will stay that way, but this is really for succulent, so I'm not really going to worry about it. And again, you can see the beautiful job that K1 does on these things when you're using the right settings. I mean, I've done some pretty nasty prints and they were my own fault, but get everything set right and good filament, and it does a perfect job. I'm so happy with that machine. Glad I didn't waste any more money on a more expensive one. So this stuff is peeling stick, and it's so thin, it turns out, that I thought I could just peel one corner back, start it, and pull it, but it's just so thin and flexible you have to kind of fiddle with it and remove the whole backing. Otherwise you get a bump in it. There, I had to peel it all off, but in the end, it's just a nice little cushion on there to prevent, from scratching anything or from slipping and stuff like that. So let's just finish up getting this felt on these. Oh, that one. Put a little saying on the bottom of it. Surprised my wife. But I'm just going to put 2 little pieces, and you can see it's easy to cut whatever shape you want with a laser very accurately. So, and they all came out beautiful. I'm really happy with the way this printer works. And you can see all watertight, and they're going to work. They're going to do what we wanted them to do, and they're going to dress up her succulents. So let's just flip these over. Take a look at them, and all ready to go. Now we can put the plants in them. Now, first one here, I designed this to be a perfect fit on the pot, and my wife looked at that and she said, "How am I going to tell if there's water in there or anything else?" She's like, "I need it bigger." So I printed another one, and that one actually went to be a desk tray. But always leave a little room so you can see around the edges, I found out. And here they are, some of the succulents, some of the gold-colored rings for the pots that go up on the counter. And here's some of the little ones for the little ceramic pots. So, these are all going to be just for succulents. So, not really worried about water, but I will get to see how they stand up to light and everything else. They're all indoors, so I think they'll be okay. And time will tell. So there you can see they did dress up those pots quite a bit, rather than just a bare pot sitting on the counter. So, oh yeah, and there's a lithophane that I tried printing out of my grandson in a Santa suit, and that came out pretty cool. I'm going to try some more of them now and make a lamp out of them pretty soon. And this one here wound up becoming a coaster for the living room, and I'm printing out another 5 of them just to match it. Worked out really good. My wife was happy with it. She saw the extra one there and said, well, let's use it for something else. So those 2 got used for, other items, and the rest of them went on under the pots where they were originally made to go. So just wanted to show you how quick and easy it is when you've got, tools like these 3D printers and lasers to, come up with little crafty items like that and, just have them done in a day. Happy wife, happy life.